All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are going to break down a budgeting rule that is so simple, you'll probably wonder why you haven't been using it this whole time. So, have you ever gotten to the end of the month, looked at your bank account, and just thought, where did it all go? Trust me, you are not alone. That feeling, that financial mystery, can be a huge source of stress. But what if I told you there's a super straightforward framework that can bring some serious clarity to your budget? And the best part? No complicated spreadsheets, no tedious tracking of every single penny. Okay, so what is this magic rule? It's called the 50-30-20 rule. And honestly, it's designed to make budgeting feel less like a chore and more like, well, like a clear roadmap to your financial goals. So at its core, the 50-30-20 rule is just a really simple guideline for your after-tax income. The money that actually lands in your bank account. And the whole point is to help you find a healthy balance between paying for what you need right now, actually enjoying your life, and of course, building a secure future. And this right here, this visualizes the idea perfectly. Instead of juggling dozens of little spending categories, you simplify your entire financial life down to just three main buckets. It's all about giving every single dollar a job to do. Okay, so three simple buckets. Sounds easy enough, right? But that immediately brings up the biggest question people have. How in the world do you decide what goes where? Well, it's probably more straightforward than you think. Here's the basic breakdown. You've got half your income, 50%, for the things you absolutely have to have. Then, you've got a pretty healthy chunk, 30%, for all the fun stuff that, makes life worth living. And then there's that crucial 20% slice that's dedicated to building your future. See, this structure makes sure you're not accidentally sacrificing your long-term goals for short-term fun. All right, let's start with that big 50% chunk, your needs. Think of these as your non-negotiables. We're talking about the bills you have to pay to live and work. Rent, groceries, that kind of thing. Now, here's a really key detail. Notice it says minimum debt payments. That's the absolute baseline you have to pay on, say, a car loan. Anything extra? Well, that goes somewhere else. And that distinction is super important. Okay, next up, the 30% for wants. This is where all your lifestyle spending lives. Going out to eat, your hobbies, that vacation you've been daydreaming about. And look, this category isn't frivolous, and it's definitely not something to feel guilty about. It's a planned, intentional part of your budget, specifically for enjoying the money you work so hard for. And finally, we get to the 20%. This is the part that actively builds your wealth. This is for your emergency fund, for retirement savings like an IRA, and here's that key point again, any debt payments you make above the minimum. So if you throw an extra $50 at your student loan, that's a savings move. This is the category that really gets you ahead. All right, so theory is all well and good, but what does this actually look like with real numbers? Seeing the rule in action, that's when it really clicks. So we're going to look at a great example from Investopedia. It features Bo, who's a recent college grad just starting his first job. And this is going to show you exactly how these percentages translate into actual dollars and cents, creating a super clear financial plan right from the get-go. Okay, so Bo's take-home pay, after taxes and all that stuff is taken out, is $3,500 a month. This is the number he's going to base everything on. Applying the rule from here is just simple math. 50% for his needs gives Bo $1,750 for things like rent and groceries. 30% for wants means he has $1,050 for his social life, for hobbies, and most importantly, he's got a solid $700 every single month to put towards his future. That means building up savings and paying down those student loans way faster. So here's the magic of it. This plan gives Bo both structure and freedom. He doesn't have to feel guilty about spending money on a concert ticket because he knows it fits right into his plan, and crucially, his savings goals are already taken care of.
All right, so this all looks great for Bo, but how can you put this to work in your own life? Let's walk through three really simple steps to get you started. It's your turn.
Okay, you can get started with just three straightforward actions. Step 1, figure out your after-tax income. Just look at your paycheck for that net pay number. Step 2, for just 1 month, track where your money is actually going. This is all about understanding your current habits, no judgment. And step 3, automate your savings. This is huge. Set up those automatic transfers to your savings or investment accounts. You pay yourself first, and everything else just gets so much easier. The real beauty of this rule is just how much it simplifies everything. It makes you prioritize, it builds that crucial habit of saving, and, this is a big one, it's not rigid.
Think of it more as a starting point, not some strict law you can never break. Maybe you live in a really expensive city and your budget needs to look more like 60-20-20 for a while. That's totally okay. The goal isn't to be perfect, it's just to be intentional with your money.
And this quote from Warren Buffett just nails it. Spend what is left after saving, not what is left after spending. It perfectly captures the mindset shift here. It's all about deciding that your future comes first. So the question this rule leaves you with isn't, what can I afford to save this month? Instead, it's, how am I going to build the life I want with what's left over, now that I've already secured my future?
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and click on the bell icon to turn on notifications.